Ultra League's Premier Cup is right around the corner, so we'll be taking a look at the current meta and the best Pokemon to use. Right before starting with the video, make sure to hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe to my channel for more awesome content. As we can see here on pvpoke.com, Ultra League's Premier Cup top ranking list is populated with a good amount of Excel Pokemon. But don't worry guys, because we will be taking a look at some cheap and good investments, as well as some budget teams for you to use. That's both things that we'll look in that video. So, we're in pvpoke's top ranking list for the Ultra League Premier Cup, and we can see here Galarian Stunfisk is on the top of the list. Yeah, I'm not surprised here. Stunfisk is such a tanky pick for the Ultra League's Premier Cup, but it will need a huge amount of investment for you to use that one. Swampert is number 2, and Shadow Swampert is number 3. Swampert here is a good and budget counter pick for Galarian Stunfisk. Abomasnow is another great pick. Both normal and Shadow Abomasnow are doing a great job in the Ultra League's Premier Cup. I personally have used Abomasnow and I'm very satisfied of its performance. pvpoke indicates that you will need an Excel Abomasnow, but that's not really the case. You can take a high IV Abomasnow to minimize the Excel that you will use on that one. Mine is doing really good and it's not even maxed out yet. Jellicent is another great Pokemon for the Ultra League's Premier Cup, but you will need a good amount of Excels to use it. Good thing is that cheap Pokemon like Venusaur can destroy that thing. Surfetch'd is gonna be a huge investment to work on. It's a fighting type which makes it strong against Galarian Stunfisk and Pollen, even Abomasnow because Abomasnow is an ice type, and they're all common picks in the Ultra League Premier. Leaf Blade is a fast charging grass type move which helps it with water types, and is basically a great coverage move for the current state of the meta. Now here comes Nidoqueen. Poison types recently got a buff with Poison Jab and Poison Fang moves, which makes Nidoqueen quite the threat in the Ultra League Premier. The downside with Nidoqueen is that Swampert and Jellicent are gonna be pretty common here, and they are huge threats for Nidoqueen. Below Nidoqueen we can see Excel's Crafty. Again, Crafty is pretty good as a fighter, pretty strong against steel types and ice types, and Pollen, Abomasnow, Galarian Stunfisk are gonna struggle against it, but it's gonna need to be an Excel one, and it's a tough one to build if you don't have the resources. Now here's an easier one, Machamp, a great fighter. Rockslide is a great coverage move, especially with all those Dragonites around, and it's still gonna be strong against Empoleon, Galarian Stunfisk, Obstagoon, even Scrafty. Machamp has also access to Payback, which is a dark type move and can threaten ghost types, but unlike Scrafty's Foul Play, Payback needs way too much energy to pull off, and Machamp is quite fragile to sustain the damage so that it can throw the Payback, especially the Shadow one. Ferrothorn is a great pick, able to wall Empoleon, Venusaur, and has a decent matchup against Stunfisk as well. Another good thing here with Ferrothorn is that you can use it as a level 40 one. It won't be as good as an Excel one, but it will do the job. Escavalier is an interesting choice with that counter, as well as its steel and bug typing resist poison types. Down the road we can see Mandibuzz, Skarmory, both are Excel. Here we can see the regular Machamp. If I were to use Payback, I would prefer a regular Machamp over a Shadow one, just for the mere fact that it can survive a little bit longer to throw that Payback. Excel Meganium will be a great choice, although you can use a Hondo Meganium. That Earthquake is a great coverage move to destroy those Galarian Stunfisks. Politoed is another great pick, but if you want to use Earthquake, you have to use an Elite TM on that. You can skip Excels on that one as well by using a level 40 Hondo as well. A high IV Dragalge will be good too, and as we're scrolling down the list, you can see that a lot of Pokemon that haven't been so common in the Ultra League's Premier Cup now can have some play. So now let's go and check which ones are gonna be better for leads. According to pvpoke, the top 10 to use on the lead will be Jellicent, Pidgeot as well, but that one is banned, so we will move to the next one. Nidoqueen, Scrafty. A lot of Excels are making it, because Excel Pokemon have a better matchup with the overall meta in general, for the mere fact that they're quite tanky. Swampert will be an amazing lead, Abomasnow, Primeape, and Excel Primeape though. To be honest, I've never seen an Excel Primeape. Dragalge, Stunfisk, Machamp, Magnezone, I personally used the Magnezone Elite in the past seasons and it worked quite well. We might try that out in the upcoming videos. So now let's go and check out the closers. Closers are generally the best Pokemon that can close a match when shields are down. And of course here you can see Pokemon that are hitting hard like Electivire, Magnezone, Hitmontop, Venusaur, Heracross. I never tried Heracross. Skarmory and Stunfisk excels for the mere fact that they can survive quite longer in the battle. Escavalier, Ferrothorn, Hariyama. Shadow Hariyama does huge amounts of damage. And now let's go and check safe switches here. Safe switches are generally Pokemon that have defensive type combinations and they are usually more bulky than the others. Although we can see Roserade here, which isn't that bulky, but its moveset and especially Leaf Storm, which is a high damage outbound move, can make it a threat as a safe swap. Because when you safe swap, you usually have energy advantage, and with Leaf Storm you can easily pressure for shields. Galarian Stunfisk, a pretty tanky Pokemon. Buffalo and Zangoose, those two are interesting. I never used or seen either of those in the Ultra League. Now, Abomasnow will be a great one. Gallade. Gallade is an amazing safe swap due to its great type combination, and close combat is a great move to have energy advantage with. As we're scrolling, we can see Nidoqueen, Drifblim, Drapion, Goodra, Snorlax. Snorlax could be a great generalist, as normal types are only weak to fighting types. And you can use Snorlax in the safe swap to lure out a fighting type or pressure for some shields with that spammy body slam and that hard hitting superpower. Alright, now let's go and check out some good and cheap teams for you to use. We will head over to the top performer list according to PvPoke. We will change it to Ultra League Premier. And we can see here the top performing Pokemon according to PvPoke's training battles. And here we can see some teams. Here we have a quite cheap team, Venusaur, Abomasnow and Swampert. The only expensive Pokemon in that team is Abomasnow, but you can make it even without an Excel one. Swampert and Venusaur are pretty budget options for the mere fact that they require just 10k Stardust to unlock a second move, although you will need their Community Day moves to be able to compete with those. Now in that team I suspect that Swampert is the safe swap and you're trying to lure out grass types with that one, with which the rest of the team deals exceptionally good, since Venusaur is a partly poison type and Abomasnow is an ice type with spammy ice type moves. Let's scroll a little bit further and see if we can spot another budget team. Here, Abomasnow, Gyarados and Venusaur. That team doesn't seem like it has a safe swap, although both Venusaur or Gyarados could work like that, but you'll need to be super careful, especially with fire types in the back. Another pretty cheap one will be Empoleon, Gallade and Venusaur. I personally used that team and had quite the success in previous seasons. Gallade will be the safe swap here. Charizard, Ampharos and Venusaur looks good too. Dragonite, Lapras and Shadow Caesar. At least that one doesn't require any Excel Pokemon. Magnezone, Gallade and Venusaur, that's another team I used and had quite the success too. But as we're scrolling, the teams are getting weaker and weaker, so that's it for now. You can either pick one team of those, or you can choose to build your team with some of the top Pokemon that we've seen earlier. I'll definitely upload videos of me battling with those teams, and I also have a battle video out there to help you prepare for the Ultra League Premier Cup. Now if you enjoyed that video, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel because that helps me a lot. If you want to support me even further, you can do that through Patreon. There will be a link for that in the description below. Now always remember, you guys are awesome and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.